Ladies and gentlemen, Two Dudes Talk Music in conjunction with E. Brown Industries and Big Jerry Burger brings to you everybody's new favourite game show, Get in the Bin. Now, let's go to our host, Reverend Raph and the beer buddy, Kyle. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raph, joined once again by my good friend Kyle, aka the beer buddy.
What's going on, everybody?
And this week's guest is Hayes from the Hot and Heavy Show. We got the podcast back on Thursday. We got Quick Question Quarter yesterday. So go and listen to those ones after you've watched this one, because we need the engagement, the watch time, the whole way through thing. Please go and watch them all. But yes, it is time for your Sunday night game show, Get in the Bin. This is where we ask our esteemed guest if they had phenomenal cosmic powers and could just snap their fingers and eliminate three things out of the music business, what would they be and why? And we have a little chat about each of those things and why they are a problem, you know, whether we agree or disagree, and just kind of discuss them for a little bit. So, nice and simple concept. With that said, Hayes, what is the first thing that you would eliminate from the music business and why?
Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind, and this is something that I ask a lot of bands as well, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm going to be salty and call it hatred with support acts. How they can't use the back screens or they can't use the production or anything because they don't want to shine away from the main act. I understand there's a limit. However, I want a fantastic show from start to finish. Bring Me the Horizon is a great example. I believe her name is Dane or Diane, I don't know. The lights were still on. The smoke machine was on. She was hiding her face. She did not want to be there. Then when Sleep Token came on, there was stage presence, there was production, there was everything. That's when it really started to get kicked off. And then obviously Bring Me the Horizon. But yeah, that just kind of ruined it. Like I paid a lot of money for this. I want to make sure that the gig is fantastic from start to finish. So if the opening acts can use it, if they can pay for it, if they have the resources for it, I think they should be able to, you know, use the production, use more lights, use the smoke machine, use the back digital screen, whatever. If they have it, if they can afford it, they should be able to use it because it does make a huge difference and it gets people hyped up.
It does.
It's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I 100% understand what you mean. 100% understand what you mean. I know that a lot of the time, I think there's probably an aspect as well of the operational knowledge, which I think comes down to what you said about them being able to pay for it, right? Like, you know,
because if they have it.
Because like, yeah, the bands that are headlining have obviously almost certainly got their person for it, or there's like a main person that's from the venue that's doing it. And okay, that person still needs a break for the night. When are they going to have their break? Probably when the support bands are on, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, are they going to have someone that has the operational knowledge to use the equipment? That's another issue. So, yeah, I do understand what you mean, though, in terms of like, yeah, if they can pay for it.
No, but even then, it's like I do
But I get what you mean. Yeah, wanting to have a good show all around, right? Like,
yeah.
You're going to go off and have it at a stadium, and you're going to have an opening act. Just at least let them put their fucking banner up on the digital screen or something.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking stadiums, like, yeah, stadium act shows are always going to have quite a degree of production for every band that's on there. But, you know, it's there's like, I mean, yeah, it's yeah. I get you though. I get what you mean. I get what you're saying though. I think
it depends on the situation and the venue and the finances and whatnot. But yeah, if it's available, if it's applicable.
But I agree. Like, you know,
because it would put that degree of professionalism throughout the whole show.
It helps, and it helps to, you know, it's like presentation is everything. Presentation is everything. If you're an opening band and you're just playing there under static lights the whole set, nothing changes. Yeah, it looks, you're being presented in a way that's more amateurish.
Yes.
At the very least, if you've got someone running the light rig for you to do something, it helps. It definitely helps. Sets mood, you know what I mean? Like, it's important.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important. Okay, cool. I like that. What's your second thing?
I would say now I've got to figure out how to word this. Streaming services not paying their artists fairly.
Yep.
That needs to be in the bin. They need to start paying these artists for their hard work. It's like 0.000010 cents that they get per stream. It's not worth it. That's why a lot of people, that's why my playlists are on Apple Music, because every single song that I've played, no matter how small the band is, it's available on Apple Music. And fair, they don't pay their artists all that much either.
Mm.
Much more better than Spotify. And they're getting a lot of heat at the moment with that topic. So just, even just paying the artists for their hard work fairly, even, not complaining about merch prices, because that is a
that's
very
the thing.
strong point.
Mate, you know what my excuse is to that? You get all of our fucking music for free on Spotify. The least you can do is pay for a bit of fuck. See the $40 that you're spending on merch now? It's not because you're not spending $15 on my fucking CD anymore. You get all that for free.
Yeah. It's definitely the least you can do. And it's like we were talking about earlier, when you work in the music industry, you just understand it's a whole lot better. And you can tell other people this, but it's their decision if they want to understand it, take it on board or whatever. But merch is very important. Buying physical CDs, vinyls, cassette tapes, whatever, that's what helps artists make money. And if you want more from that artist, you're going to have to support them in more ways than one.
Yeah. I actually went and saw a band. They're called, fuck, he's a mate of mine too, Brain Tattoo.
Oh, true.
And he done a whole bunch of Bic lighters and just put Brain Tattoo stickers on them and sells them at a marked up price.
Nice.
And they're a stoner metal band. Who doesn't need a fucking Bic when you're a stoner? And then he actually done a run of cassette tapes. And I'm like, dude, cassettes, he goes, bro, I'm nearly sold out.
Yeah. Even it's a memorabilia as well.
Yeah.
Like nobody has freaking cassette tapes nowadays.
Yeah.
So,
no
but like,
one's going to be able to play it.
Yeah.
They have it.
Looks freaking cool.
It's, I mean, that's it. Like vinyls and cassette tapes and even CDs to a point now are almost becoming like the collector's item, Like I agree.
Have you seen what it costs to buy a pack of blank CDs these days?
Oh, I don't think I want to know.
No, you don't. You don't. It's like
we have to go back to LimeWire days.
Yeah, upwards of $50 and stuff for like a pack of 20 and shit. Like,
yeah. I mean, and this is where alternatives need to come into play. Like, I mean, even 10 years ago, I can remember there was a band in Canberra that when they launched their album, they were selling a version of it on a custom USB drive. So they had physical CDs, but they were also selling a version on a custom USB drive. So it was, and it was
helps.
It helps, and you just got to look for merch items and opportunities where, they're not. And this is the problem. Like I've always hated having to think about the business side of it and the money side of it when it comes to merch, because like, I mean, no one likes to get ripped off, and I don't like getting ripped off, and I don't like ripping other people off. I don't like feeling like we're ripping, our thing. Like we just did a pre-order run of t-shirts, and, we wanted, like, the only reason that we put any markup on those is literally to cover the cost of the postage that it's going to be to get them out to everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like we're not making money out of those because we want to get, we just want to get them out in the wild and people to do the thing. But like, what we found was, honestly, if you want a merch item, if you're a small band and you're looking for a merch item that is, you can get a decent markup on, that people are going to buy, key rings with a bottle opener in.
Or stubby holders.
Yes. Yep.
Keyrings with a bottle opener and stubby holders are a great option for it. I say the keyring bottle openers because when I was with Skunk Bone and we were selling those, like, we were able to get a batch of like 100 of them, and they were like $2 a piece to make, and I think we were selling them for $5. Now, 5 is
Yeah.
a very, very reasonable price for something like that.
100%.
Absolutely.
And if it was just a keyring, I would have said don't bother.
Yeah.
But keyring with a bottle opener in it,
Well, it does
now
two
you're
things.
talking. Now you're talking. It's 2 in 1.
Yeah, it's
And as
$2.50 a
us
thing.
Aussies, we love drinking. Cool. Right away. There you go.
Yeah.
We sold a ton of them because they were $5 and because they were so cheap, if someone was buying a bunch of other shit, we could just throw one in. There you go. There's a fucking thing, and it's goodwill. But going back to your point about the streaming, like we agree. I'm not gonna go into it
Go
that
back
deep
and watch-
because we got. And you could probably hit a random podcast episode and you'll get the rant, okay? But best example that I keep going back to is like the Skunk Bone album. We released that, started getting streams, started selling physical copies. Like we did all the recording and mixing and mastering in-house for that. So the only outlay we had was the actual getting the physical copies made. We were selling it for, I think, $15 physical copies. So, not super expensive.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's something like a stream of the album versus buying the album. And it was like you would have to stream the album like 5,000 times in its entirety for us to get as much as someone buying one physical copy.
It's fucked. It's so fucked.
And I've said it before, like if these companies can't function at a profit without fairly paying their artists, then they don't deserve to exist.
Exactly.
No, it's slavery. It's fucking slavery at this point.
Yeah.
Slavery
100%.
with extra steps. Cool. All right. There we go. So that's 1 and 2. What is the third thing that you would eliminate from the music business and why?
Would you think gatekeeping would be included in the music business?
Oh, you've like fucking hit
Have you watched the other episodes?
You have hit like 2 of our things. I feel like you're sucking up to us at this point. Like this is just.
I think I could speak to fucking everybody in the music industry and just anybody in general. The gatekeepers suck. They ruin the experience for everybody. I will be here for days, weeks, months, millenniums on end, just talking about how much I hate gatekeepers. And the metal industry specifically has the worst gatekeepers I have ever seen.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's despicable. It's embarrassing. Secondhand embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's fucking cringe.
Well, at this
It's
point,
cringe.
It's cringe.
Sorry, the gate's been flung open. What are you trying to protect anymore?
Literally.
The thing's busted wide open and it's hell for leather for everyone to try it whenever you want.
It's not even like like there's nothing to protect. It doesn't need protecting. If you love it the way you claim to love it, then you should want more people to listen to it. You should want more people to enjoy it. Other people's enjoyment of it doesn't take away from your own.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And demanding that someone, be able to rattle off a certain number of songs to justify that they're a quote unquote real fan or not. Like I genuinely, I encourage people, especially younger people and people who present as females, who will often get, or as women's rather. Sorry, I shouldn't have said females. I hate when people use the term females like that. But people who identify and present as women.
Yeah.
When people are like challenging them because they're wearing a shirt of a band, right? I encourage you to piss off the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
When someone says, "Oh, I bet you don't even know who the band is," you'd be like, "It's a band."
Yeah.
Yeah, you play dumb.
On purpose.
Play dumb with it. Piss them off. Intentionally just say the wrong thing on purpose to get under their skin. I swear to God, if we ever release a line of drinks, it's going to be called Gatekeeper Tears. There's going to be a flavor called Gatekeeper Tears because, like,
write that down.
I don't know. We'll do,
That'll be my IPA I make.
If we ever get big enough to do like our own version of like Prime, like, Logan Paul's got Prime, whatever, we'll do our own fucking line of drinks, and we'll call it Gatekeeper Tears or something. Metal Gatekeeper Tears.
That'll be our vodka.
Yeah,
run.
yeah. Okay, when we
Call
do
that
vodka, Gatekeeper Tears, and like, it's the most insane shit.
It is.
There is 8 billion plus people on this earth. Okay. There are billions of different songs. There are millions of subgenres and everything. It's as simple as that. Not everybody is going to think the way that you do, like what you do. Boo
Oh,
fucking
shit.
who, get over it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're ever going to have to worry about Metallica and Baby Metal playing at the same arena. Like at the same, you're not. It's not like Metallica are going to ask Baby Metal to play at a show together and make all you old school Metallica fans go and watch Baby Metal at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I would personally love it. For me, that would be great.
It would be great.
But we know who you are. But you know, like I understand. You know, just don't yuck on other people's yums. I hate saying that.
Like, you can work around it. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't want to see Baby Metal, you just want to see Metallica, fucking go when Metallica goes on.
Yeah.
Stop whinging. Deal with it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't control it.
Yeah.
You can't go, why don't you just
Yeah.
call Metallica up? Fucking,
Well-
I don't like this. Can you change it? Yeah, mate,
like-
no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's a juvenile mindset.
it is.
Yeah.
You know, fucking grow up.
Mm.
Grow up. Be an actual, you know, these people want, you know, and the worst part is these gatekeepers, they want to think they're all like, oh, I'm all fucking manly and type of shit. You know what being a man is? Being a man is admitting that, you know, it's okay not to fucking like everything. And it's okay for other people to like shit that's different from what you like. And it doesn't have to be your definition of heavy. Like, like the last couple of lineups for Knotfest.
Mm.
Oh my fucking God. The bitching. Oh, that's not a heavy lineup. You're going to fucking look me in the eye and tell me that a lineup that opens with King Parrot and closes with Pantera is not a heavy lineup? What are you smoking? Other than Winnie Reds? Like,
So niche.
They're smoking them down past the butts if they're
Yeah.
thinking like that. They're
yeah,
smoking,
they're smoking them from the wrong end is what they're fucking doing.
They're smoking them backwards.
The absolute dumbest cunts on the planet
Well said.
with a hard T.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, YouTube algorithm, but it had to be said. So sorry, you've like,
Oh, look,
yeah. This is the
those-
restrained version of the rant.
Yeah,
Trust me,
but-
this
but
is
really like and this is the thing. It's actually we've never actually sort of come to said that there's no gate to be kept anymore.
There was
No,
never a gate
like-
there.
Oh, look,
It was an open field.
I think more through the 80s and stuff like that when thrash was like king and there was some sort of leg to sort of stand on. But once the grunge era came into it and then new metal broke the door, like new metal kicked the fucking doors right in on that whole thing. They went, there's a gate here. Fuck this thing off. Everyone's
Well-
welcome.
look.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way, right? I know as well as anyone what it was like to go through high school being the kid that liked heavy metal when just about no one else did. There was a couple of other kids in my school that liked it, but we were often shat on for liking.
Yeah, we were sacrificing
right?
our animals and fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
And so I know as well as just about anyone what it is like to have quote unquote suffered for the music that I love.
Yeah.
All right. Do I in some ways feel like, okay, yeah, I think it's a little bit shitty that the people that once, you know, gave me such a hard time about it are now fans of the same thing. And I don't get any sort of apology for that, or I don't get any sort of like, look, you know, sorry, we were dicks, you know, whatever. Yeah, I think it's a bit shitty, okay? But ultimately, what's more, and I can feel two ways about things. That's fine. That's allowed. I'm a human being. We're allowed to have mixed emotions about stuff. But at the same time, the fact that it is becoming more widespread, more popular, more, you know, open, means that other people are not going to go through the same shit. And I don't think that, you know, I don't think it's a good thing that people have to suffer to like for liking what they like musically or in any aspect really. And if it lessens that sort of treatment of people, if it opens more people up to taking an interest in it, because the more people that are interested in it, the more unique and interesting stuff you're going to get out of it at the other end. And that's ultimately what makes me happiest about it.
Yeah.
So fuck off the gatekeeping. 100% agree. Just like let everyone like it. Let people like what they like. You know, do you have to be a fan of Scene Queen? No.
No.
Do you have to be okay with the fact that it exists and people are fans of it? And yes, it is heavy. Yes. You have to accept that.
Yeah.
Because it's an objective truth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's here.
You know?
She is touring, like bands like
Yeah.
that are touring, whether you like it or not. Despite of how
Absolutely.
much you think they're not metal, they're still selling out shows.
Yeah. It's literally simple as that. Just there's nothing else to it. Just
Yeah.
fucking deal
Yeah.
with it. It's not you don't have the control of that.
Yeah. Other things can exist. Not everything has to be for you all of the time. Simple as that.
It's like I'd like to grab that person that hates that band. Okay, get up on stage. No. Get up on stage and go yell at those people. Go yell at those 30,000 people and tell them how shit their band is. Tell them all that they're wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The best response I generally come
I'd
up
pay
with
to see that.
is, okay, you go and do better then.
Yeah.
Where's your album?
What have you done?
Yeah.
Simple. Anyway,
Yep.
awesome. That was great. Thank you so much. Sorry, I really have to cut us off there because otherwise we will just go on this fucking topic all day.
Ages.
But look, yes, thank you so much, Hayes, for spending this time with us and chatting with us
You're the
this
best,
week.
Hayes.
This has
Hey,
been
thank
amazing.
you.
Cannot wait to see how you grow the Hot and Heavy show and what other cool shit you come up with and what more amazing things you do with it. I'm, fingers crossed it becomes just bigger and better and goes all the way to the moon and,
Thank you.
have plenty of fun with it and everyone gets on board with it. It becomes a national show and then like a whole ass fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like that'd be
And we can
amazing.
all get, and then all of the shows.
Don't
get
say
hot-
that. I've got shit to
hot
do
and heavy
tomorrow. I'm going to be
together.
up all night. Just lay in my bed. Just
Well, all right. So we are going to have, as all usual, we will have the links to everything that I guess has going on down there. So you can go and check out the Hot and Heavy show. It is Monday nights from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sydney time. I think it's on the Great Lakes 101.5
You got it.
FM. There we go. Got it that time. And it's also live streamed on TikTok and Instagram. So just go and check it out. Tune in, request
Do yourself a
songs,
favour.
chat with other fans of heavy music. Yep, as old mate Molly Meldrum would say, do yourself a favor. And thank you very, very much, everybody, for watching this far. I have been the Reverend Raph, along with my good friend Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy, Hayes from the Hot and Heavy Show. Thank you again, Hayes. You're an absolute legend. And thank you to everybody who has watched this far. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, download the shit of it. I'll catch you guys later. Look after each other. Bye.
Peace.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really hope you had a good time. If you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell down there. It helps the channel grow. We are still a fairly young channel and we like to try and grow our audience all over the world. We do also, for those of you who are interested, have a Patreon. It's just a couple of bucks a month. At the moment, you get all the videos early and ad-free, but we are working on ways to increase the value of that and make it a bit more enticing. So don't forget to keep an eye out and check back on what's going on over there. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.